welcome to day 26. Yeah, day 26 of the Top 1 Horror Fest. We are watching tonight Cabin Fever, which again I chose because I think it's a really funny film. Russ was less excited about it. Yes.
Correct.
Why so sad?
Sad? Not sad. I think it's been a while since I saw it. I wasn't hugely impressed when it first came out, and I said I don't have any huge desire.
Tell me what you were saying the other day about the fact that because of how old you are and that you're really old, stop coming at me with a knife. I don't like it. Because you're like way older than everyone else in the world. Like, I don't know, how old are you these days? 52?
Not for public consumption, that information.
That these films that we're now into the kind of early 2000s era that came out when I was kind of...
This has been a long time. I was saving this tidbit for the post discussion, but you've thrown it in at the beginning.
Well, you know, roll with it. Roll with the punches.
Yeah, well, just briefly so we can get on with watching the film. Yeah, I think sort of at the age of when all these sort of early 90s horror films like we've seen so far, Final Destination, Saw, and now...
The late 90s.
No, they're not. The early 90s.
Late 90s.
No,
early 2000s.
Early 2000s, yeah. I was kind of, I think, in my early 20s and not really looking and paying that much attention to films of that ilk or films of sort of American not generic, but I guess for mass audience Hollywood fare. I was busy myself with more esoteric sort of films and not really enjoying them that much. And
basically, you were a film snob.
Maybe a little bit, but
maybe a lot.
Having said that,
whereas I was all about those things, and so that's why I'm really enjoying them, and I've chosen them.
I still don't think they're necessarily that. So far, I wouldn't necessarily say it's being snobby to think that Saw and Final Destination aren't exactly great films. They're all right, but they're not.
You're just a massive snob.
I think so.
Yeah. You know, they're fun. Who doesn't like fun films?
Right.
I like fun films, and who else does? Give me a thumbs up if you agree with me. So we're just about to sit down and watch Cabin Fever. We've actually got some Halloween decorations up, other than just pumpkins, which is fun. I put those up earlier. Pumpkins, ghosts and bats. Ooh. And yeah, so that should make the film watching all the more enjoyable, and we will see you in a bit. Woo. Cabin Fever.
Mm-hmm.
You like?
Not really.
Oh.
Not really. Yeah, it's kind of trying to be funnier than I seem to remember. It's a long time since I've seen it. I remember not liking it very much and not really having any other huge impressions of the film. Watching it back again, it seems, I guess, the tone wasn't what I thought.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was more serious and stupid.
It's meant to be funny.
But I don't think it is.
No, it is. It absolutely is. So
to me, it's not.
My take on it is actually, it's almost like Eli Roth's like love letter to classic cabin wood out in the sticks horror films like Evil Dead or Texas Chainsaw. You see loads of stuff that's obviously inspired by that, but it's like a pastiche on that, basically.
I just think the humour's such lowest common denominator stuff to us almost.
The humour's very of its time, because I was kind of, I guess, part of the target audience, very much so, like late teens when it came out, and that was the sort of humour that we all used to gravitate towards in our kind of daily conversations and entertainment. So it went down very, very well. And I actually think watching it back, yeah, it's dated and it's very much a 2002 film or whatever it was. And you can see that like things have moved on a lot more. It's actually a lot more. It's I don't know. It just feels dated, but it's still funny. It still made me laugh. It was a bit like hanging out with people I used to go to college with and like laughing, and and I like it. I think it's funny. I think it works better as a funny film than as a horror film, and I think it was trying to straddle both those lines. Like the horror's not particularly
I think maybe
scary.
it was trying to straddle both, but I think it ends up failing on both counts for me at least.
No, I don't.
Like talking of comedy horror, kids going away to cabin in the woods. The film of recent years that really got that right was Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
See, I prefer this to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I do. I think this is. I don't think you're giving this film enough credit.
Maybe not. Maybe I am. Who knows?
No, yeah. What do you think? Have you seen Cabin Fever? Do you enjoy it? Let us know. Give us a thumbs up. We're nearly at the end.
We're getting there. We've got 3 or 4 more to go.
Well, it's day 26, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
5 more. Yeah, 5 more days till Halloween. Halloween.
So you did. I knew you liked that after all.
Silver Shamrock. I like that tune. I'll sing that a lot now that we're on the countdown. Yeah. So tomorrow we are watching Shaun of the Dead.
A comedy horror, another comedy horror done right as opposed to wrong.
Yeah, I would agree that Shaun of the Dead is funnier and better as a comedy, but it's going for the comedy, the straight comedy on that. So yeah, it is better as a comedy, but I'll always have a special place in my heart for Cabin Fever.
Oh dear.
Pancakes! So yeah, join us tomorrow for Shaun of the Dead and zombies and cornettos. See you then. Bye.